In this tutorial, we're going to set up a custom error page for our website so that we get more user-friendly messages. So we can set this up firstly. Let's just add a new web form. We're going to call this error. Error.aspx. You can call it whatever you like. Select the master page and let's give it a title. You can call it oops or error, or quite often you'll see messages like oops in the title. I'm just going to add in one and say just add a little paragraph tag here and say sorry. Doesn't really matter what you write here, you choose yourself. Some suitable error message. We are sorry, but something went wrong while we were processing your request. Error details below and contact support if necessary. Okay, so there's our message. Now I'm also going to add a label control underneath. And the label control, I'm going to name it as label error and set the text initially to blank. And going to configure that later on with details of the error message. So that's our error page set up. Now I want you to open up the global.asx. Now this file here has methods for different application events. The one that we're looking here is application error. So this is code that runs when an unhandled error occurs. That means something that's not in a try or catch. So basically what we want to do here is we're going to set up an exception. And call it EX or something like that. And we're going to get the details of that using the server method, server.getLastError. And then we're going to send the user to the error message, to the error page, sorry. So set up the path for that, so it's tilde hash, whatever you called your page. I called mine error. And I'm going to pass it error message in the query string. Oh. Plus message. So this is going to direct the browser to the error page, and it's going to send the error message in the query string. So now what we're going to do is just go back to the error page and view the code behind for that. And we are going to get the error message out of the query string. So we set up the label error earlier on. So label error.text, and that's going to be equal to the request.queryString I think I called it error. Just going to double check what I actually called. Yes, ERR. So, that is our error message. Now we want to set up the default error page. We can do this in config file. I think it's in system web. Custom errors, default redirect is equal to error.asx. And you can set the mode to be equal to now when we get an error in any of our pages, we should be automatically loaded to this error page. Let me see if I can just create a page which has an error, or let me see what I can do. I'm going to go into the About page and try and do something that's going to create an error. Let's see. Let's create an exception. Let's say int I is equal to 0, and let's say int j is equal to 2. So if I now do j divided by I, let's say int, and we can just go double j is Now this should cause an exception because you can't divide a number by 0. So if I now try and run this page, we should get an exception, and hopefully this should load the default error page. So I'm just going to set that as start page, debug, and start debugging. Okay, this caused an exception, but unfortunately it wasn't caught by our error page, so I've done something wrong. So that seems to have actually worked. So instead of getting the nasty exception page, it goes to our error page and it gives us detail of the error message. So